Despite our customer just installing a brand new SSD in this Dell desktop, that's this little guy right here, the computer acts like it doesn't exist. It doesn't show up under File Explorer, Disk Management, or even the computer's BIOS. What exactly is going on here? Do we have a bad drive? No, this is just a simple case of incompatibility. Not all M.2 drives and M.2 slots are created equal. Despite this drive fitting, it will never register because of the type of drive it is. I'm talking about the speed, size, or capacity, or the transmissional interface that the drive communicates with the motherboard. Because M.2 drives come in two different types. NVMe, like this one that's installed in the system, and SATA 3, which you've probably heard before because that's the same interface used to communicate with a hard drive. And although it technically fits into the same M.2 slot, these drives don't actually communicate over PCIe, much newer NVMe drives. They just happen to use the old interface on the much smaller M.2 connector, which is much more convenient. So many M.2 slots are compatible with both PCIe and SATA 3. This one is not, and it's clearly labeled. Customers simply bought the wrong drive. So let's pull it out. You can take a proper SATA 3 drive and lower it down and push this pin in to lock it in place. And now because we have the proper drive installed, we'll see that in the BIOS, we see that both of our drives now show up. The entire reason our customer wanted the SSD was to actually make their system faster. What we're gonna actually do is clone all the information from their old mechanical hard drive over to their much faster SSD. This will create a one-to-one match transferring over Windows, the apps and files, but it will run significantly faster than this old degraded drive. To do that, I just have to plug in this flash drive with a Cronus True image on it, boot to it. This way I can set our old hard drive as the source, new SSD as our destination, which once we click start will automatically start creating that copy of the old hard drive over to the brand new SSD. For about an hour, the drive is now successfully cloned, which means we can shut off the system, unplug our boot drive, and this time when we turn it on, we're gonna wanna press F12 on startup and enter the BIOS and set our boot drive as our SSD. This way we actually boot Windows from that drive, and we can see that all the apps and data that our customer had on their system previously has been transferred over to that brand new drive. And although we could just pull this old drive out, because it's really slow and our customer really doesn't need a lot of extra space, there's actually a better use for it. We can go forward first with reformatting it, then by using a really cool tool built into Windows called File History, which if we turn on, we'll actually have this mechanical drive set as a backup drive, automatically backing up any files that happen to be saved to our SSD. This way our customer actually has some redundancy if something was to ever happen to this brand new drive. Which for this customer where they're only storing important document files, this is a perfect setup. Why I didn't just use it as storage? Well, there's plenty of space on the C drive. And then the obvious last thing that we gotta do before we get the system back to our customer is get it cleaned up with our data vac. That is way better. So with this PC now clean, running faster than ever before, just remember, not all SSDs are created equal.